It's just a matter of time. There are times in all our lives when we have things we are believing will change. We might be fighting an illness, struggling with an addiction, or dealing with fear, anxiety, or depression. We know that God has promised that He would restore our health, that our children would serve the Lord, that we would be free from the fear. We prayed, we believed, but we don't see anything improving. But what you can't see is that the moment you prayed, the source of what was coming against you was caught up in the unseen realm. The source of the fear, the source of the addiction, the source of the sickness. You may not see any manifestation for some time. There may not be any evidence that anything has changed. This is when many people get discouraged. There will always be a time period when it looks as though God didn't do what He promised. The fear still comes, the medical report hasn't improved, or the addiction is just the same. But what's feeding those things has been cut off. It just looks as though they were still alive. The truth is that the fear is dead, the addiction is dead, the trouble at work is dead. Don't get discouraged because you don't see anything happening. It's just a matter of time. What God promised you is on the way. The loose are dead. One time when Jesus was leaving the village of Bethany, he saw a fig tree up in the distance. He was hungry and walked over to get some of its figs to eat. But the tree didn't have any figs. He said to the tree, "May no person ever eat fruit from you again." He cursed the tree, but after he said it, nothing on the outside of the tree looked any different. It was just as healthy and full as before. I can hear the disciples whisper, "It didn't work this time. What happened? Did he lose his power?" They had seen Jesus speak to a blind man and heal his eyes. They had heard him speak to the raging sea and calm the wind and the waters. But this time, when he spoke, nothing changed. There was no evidence that what he'd said had happened. But the next morning, as they were passing by the tree, the scripture says, the disciples saw that it had withered from the roots. When Jesus spoke to the tree, nothing happened on the outside, but inside, down in the roots, the source was cut off. When the roots are dead, the tree is dead. It may still look alive. It may still have green leaves and wide branches. It may look healthy and strong, but it's just a matter of time. People the outside catch up with the inside. It may look as though the sickness you are dealing with is still alive, or the anxiety seems as bad as ever, or the addiction is just as strong. You've been praying and believing, wondering why God won't do something. God has done something. The moment you prayed, He cut off the source. That addiction looks alive, but if you could see the roots, you'd realize it's dead. It's just a matter of time before the outside catches up.